Hello, guys. This is Kev, and this is Black Men Being Brutally Honest. And just give me a moment to set up. Hello, this is Kev, and this is Black Men Being Brutally Honest. I don't know. I think I was not on mute, whatever. But anyway, I'm talking to you guys now. Welcome to another Any Given Sunday. And this weekend this whole week really was very hard to process. But I guess that goes in any time like this. Basically, if you haven't been under a rock, Joe Biden has been elected as the 46th president of the United States, which is crazy, and it's like being in bizarro land because although you have some, you got some celebrating. You got celebrating all over the place. You got a lot of people who are not happy with this, happy with this decision. Yeah. And I wonder, hold on one second, just bear with me for a moment. Let's see, stop screen. Just bear with me for a second and I will. Yeah, that's better. Uh, um, yeah, Joseph R. Biden and has been elected to be the 46th president of the United States, and I think his inauguration is on January 20th, 2021. His running mate Kamala Harris, that will make her the first woman to ever fill the position of vice president. Which is, I mean, that's cool for a lot of people, especially a lot of black folks. And it's just for shits and giggles. Trump is out of there. Now I've been very critical of Donald Trump in the past, but I had to really sit back and take a look at all this, and just break it down as to things that happened that led to a Joe Biden presidency, and what that means for black people, especially black men, because that's really where my area of concern is. As far as like people who represent the Democratic Party, and people who are loyal to the Democratic Party, doesn't seem like it. They're very much in the favor of the black nuclear family or black men in particular. Since you have a lot of celebrities, public figures, and like I said, black women in particular shouting out black men in a very, very negative way. You know, like here's the thing. Here's one lesson that this week has taught me: to never, ever, ever badmouth anyone for using their right to vote. Because what I'm seeing is, I see a bunch of black people preaching unity, but acting so divided. Another thing I'm seeing is, for a people who is so dead set against racism and quote unquote racist being in office, they sure were quick to put another racist in, and someone who was very bad for certain sections of black people as his running mate, which is makes the whole arguing about racism and police brutality and such, it makes it kind of weird. But it also makes it kind of a moot point. If you're going to go around saying Black Lives Matter or, we need criminal justice reform, then why in the world would you elect these two right here? Well, I mean, because let's be honest, y'all weren't just voting for Joe Biden. No, you weren't. You were voting for Kamala Harris. I personally think her name is Kamala Harris, but they pronounce it Kamala just so it could sound a little bit closer to the black side. But I just don't understand. I wonder how, like, Indian, South Asian, as they tried to say, because they trying to put all kinds of people of color labels on her right now, because it's being reported that she's the first, black, you know, Asian, South Asian woman to ever be president. I mean, vice president. I mean, they're trying to cover them all because they're trying to do this one little thing that I have been talking about lately, and it's that people of color label. Drink a beer. I think that people of color label. I often accuse blacks of wanting to prefer to be people of color because they kind of do like I say Stephen A. Smith does, kind of makes excuses to detach themselves from the struggle. Um, yeah, one day they're talking about how hard it is for black people. The next day they're talking about how hard it is for everyone else. Um, One person I would say, if he wasn't an ADOS person, he sure acted like one in this sense, was Barack Obama. Barack Obama, like he was that guy that came in, he was revered as the black president, of course, because, he's part Kenyan. Um, and he did the one thing that ADOS blacks do, like a large section of do. They look at every other group, they want to help everyone else, and they want to put blacks in the back seat. Like I said, I had a discussion with a friend the other day, and he was like, I was playing the oppression Olympics, and uh, I can't talk about the struggles that black people and especially black men go through if I don't care about the struggles of others. And it's to me, is this intersectionality is a lie and it's BS because that's what he sounded like. He sounded like an intersectional conformist when he said that. Intersectionality is basically this thing that they try to define as, if you help one troubled group of people, you help all troubled groups of people. Which still, you can't help all of them at once. Yeah, I mean, you put them in order, like say that in within the Biden's promise within the first 100 days of his serving his term was to pass the Equality Act for the LGBT community, um, which is a very small part of the population, but anybody should be allowed at least basic human rights. And it's like, well, how much more equal do some people need to be? And I mean, like, there's something I would just like to discuss with one day. It's like, what's going on? Why do you still feel like you're not equal? it's, it's just pretty funny to me that politicians use groups of people for political gain and power, and it's not right. Yeah, it's not right. But let me ask you a question out there, for the audience. What would you do if you had that power? If you was able to assert the kind of power that comes with a presidency, which I feel like that at the end of the day, the president is his face. Now, as far as Trump being gone, meh. I mean, I thought I would be happier about it. I even made a couple videos in the past criticize, like doing the one thing that I'm really like beginning to hate right now is that criticizing, Trump supporters for supporting Trump. The thing is about it is with the media is that the media is really the ones that's making you, really believe this about this man because if anything, the media is very studied in using propaganda. I mean, when you repeat something and repeat something and repeat something, and one thing I do notice about people is like if they watch a lot of TV, whatever that TV repeats, people believe. It's mind control, televised vision, programming. You're easy to program if they because because people see television as like the most reputable source to get your information from. Just besides something like a book or something like that, a scientific journal. Anything that about come on TV, people are going to believe. Period. It's no lie. And the one thing that everyone believes is that Trump was just a racist. It's Donald Trump. The name Donald Trump is so triggering right now to the point where it might actually get you jumped on in certain parts of the U.S. Uh, I think that for Atlanta to stop the whole downtown area just to do the Cupid shuffle in celebration of a man who uh, authored just about every law on Capitol Hill that targeted criminals, namely young black men, as they would call them criminals. What was the term they used? Super predator. I mean, all of those guys were into that. All of them guys were into, you know, uh, demeaning and demoralizing our people, and especially the sons, the black sons, and it was ridiculous. Instead of putting their focus into education, they put their focus into incarceration. I wasn't trying to rhyme or anything like that, but yeah, it's just this. This is the man who is responsible for a lot of that stuff that destroyed all of your communities and everything. And you just elected this man, uh, president of the United States, so much that you know some of you reacted kind of. I was like, I'll just show you. I'm about to show you a clip of Van Jones. Now, Van Jones has been like a news pundit for kind of on and off for CNN. I mean, he might be on for CNN. I don't know, but all I know is what I saw this past weekend when Joe Biden was elected. To me, wasn't becoming of a black man, and excuse me, and I'm about to show it to you. So just one moment. I might hit pause. I might replay it a couple times. It ain't but like 50 seconds. And just, kind of break it down because I just don't see or conceive how this shit happened. So, I mean, but it is Van Jones. So let me show it to you real quick. Besides, if you don't know who Van Jones is, like, look at my thumbnail. That's him. So, all right. Southeast Dusty, what's going on? Yeah, peace to the chat. Oh, that ain't it. No. No. Hold on one second. Bear with me. Let me see what's going on here. Why did it do that? Yeah, but like I'm telling y'all right now, not very thrilled about a Biden presidency. Not very thrilled about a Biden presidency at all. But at the same time, I'm not gonna come up with the biggest doomsday scenario, like, oh, society itself is gonna collapse. No, not ready to give in yet. Not to that logic. So, all right, here we go. Boom, I got it. I got it now. All right, here we go. Yeah, I think a lot of people have been talking about this clip right here. It's just ridiculous and is just unnecessary, and I would not have gone this far, not especially for a person like Joe Biden at all. It's like just watch this and see what I'm talking about. Add a little music.
Well, it's easier to be a parent this morning. It's easier to be a dad. It's easier to tell your kids character matters. It matters. Telling the truth matters. Being a good person matters. And it's easier for a whole lot of people. If you're Muslim in this country, you don't have to worry if the president doesn't want you here. If you're an immigrant, you don't have to worry if the president's going to be happier to have babies snatched away or send dreamers back for no reason. This is vindication for a lot of people who have really suffered.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna see if I can
It's,
explain this. What the fuck just happened?
well, it's easier to be a parent this morning. It's easier to be a dad.
All right, all right, all right, all right. Okay, first of all, being a parent for me comes second nature, and no matter who the president unless you're talking about some kind of financial or systemic oppression that you can't get around, it's not difficult for me to be or easier for me to be a parent. In fact, it has been more difficult for black parents across America to have someone like Joe Biden on Capitol Hill. And that was just like really fucking stupid for him to say anyway. It's just like, what are you talking about? Like, dude, you just be a parent.
It's easier. It's easier to tell your kids character matters. It matters. Telling the truth matters. Being a good person matters.
Are you fucking serious? Did you just see what happened? Telling the truth matters, and you're talking about politics. You're talking about a news media that spreads propaganda. You're sitting on their platform, and you're talking about truth matters. I hope your kids don't get woke, man, because they're gonna look at you like, all right.
And it's easier for a whole lot of people. If you're Muslim in this country, you don't have to worry if the president doesn't want you here. If you're an immigrant, you don't have to worry if the president's going to be happier to have babies snatched away or send dreamers.
Okay, let me make sure I get this exactly right.
The president's going to be happier to have babies snatched away or send dreamers. If you're an immigrant, you don't have to worry if the president's going to be happier to have babies snatched away or send dreamers.
He mentioned immigrants and dreamers. Dreamers is a social media word. Immigrants, if you want to talk about immigrants, um, you probably want to refer back to President Barack Obama's presidency. You know, he deported more immigrants than like more immigrants than like I think any other president. I mean, this what is this guy talking about? Was he given a script and just say, "Hey, think about the worst thing that ever happened in your life and perform very poorly"? Because if that was the case, that he did exactly that. So, I mean, but another point. Let me see if I can scoot it back further. I'll make this other point.
Immigrant, you don't have to worry if the president's going to be happy in this country. You don't have to worry if the president for a whole lot of people. If you're Muslim in this country, you don't have to worry if the president doesn't want you here.
Okay, all right. If okay, say if okay, 10 guys subscribe to my channel, just has a total disdain. It just hates black women. Is that an indictment of the kind of person that I am? You know, is it? I mean, it might be an indictment of some of my content, which isn't like that, but you know, is like is like this. What Van Jones is talking about is how gassed up Trump supporters were into being racist. Is like you're talking about them. Is what I see is when they replay shit that the president said is goofy. It's not he's an asshole, but it ain't like he Van Jones is making this thing a whole lot worse than what it really is. But you know, and another thing that I want to, you know, another thing I want to point out: we as blacks are always the face of caping for other groups. It's like that. It's that mental programming. It's like they tell you subliminally throughout, you know, messages in the media that you have to, as a black person, put everyone else first. And that's why you had guys like Ice Cube come up with a contract for Black America, because a contract with Black America, because he wanted it to be specifically with black for blacks, because every message in America seemingly is, look, we'll get to you when we get to you. We got to get to all these other groups first. So
if you're an immigrant, you don't have to worry if the president's going to be happier to have babies snatched away or send dreamers back for no reason. This is vindication for a lot of people who have really suffered.
And this is who you voted for. Creepy, sleepy Joe Biden. Watch this next clip.
And by the way, I sit on the stand and it get hot. I got hairy legs that turn blonde in the sun. And the kids used to come up and reach in the pool and rub my leg down so it was straight, and then watch the hair sun. And the kids used to come up and reach in the pool and rub my leg down so it was straight, and then watch the hair come back up again. And the kids used to come up and reach in the pool and rub my leg down so it was straight, and then watch the hair come back up again. They look at it. So I learned about roaches. I learned about kids jumping on my lap. And I've loved kids jumping on my lap. They look at it. So I learned about roaches. I learned about kids jumping on my lap. And I've loved kids jumping on my lap. They look at it. So I learned about roaches. I learned about kids jumping on my lap. And I've loved kids jumping on my lap.
Okay, this is the guy who they say received the most votes of any U.S. presidential candidate. And that is largely in part because of the mail-in votes. So even if a lot of those votes were fudged, Joe Biden got a lot of votes. This man right here, who I just played saying that shit, you put a lot of faith in because you didn't want Trump. Now, everybody's like, well, Trump got a picture of a daughter in his lap. He's a pedo. I don't know. It's just like, are you going to twist the narrative, or are you going to just, are you going to listen to stuff like this? Let's play that one more time.
I got hairy legs that turn
That's y'all president.
Blonde in the sun. And the kids used to come up and reach in the pool and rub my leg down so it was straight, and then watch the hair come back up again. They look at it. So I learned about roaches. I learned about kids jumping on my lap. And I've loved kids jumping on my lap.
Yep. I guess that's what you call an icebreaker. Yep. That's y'all president right there. And I mean, like, I'm going to call the man president. I call Trump president. Yeah, this how black, this how we celebrate. I mean, I don't know who somebody, that was a whole GIF, and yeah, behind the Obama is Hillary. What the fuck is Hillary doing there? Because you lost. Yeah, but you did represent Bill. I mean, if they'd have had Bill Clinton, that'd have made more sense. But I don't do these stupid things. I wouldn't have done one at all. Actually, I don't think black people made the best decision. Period. It just we decide things emotionally. We don't think about our kids' futures. We don't think about the policies that shape our community. Shape what happens in our community. We don't do the one thing that we should do, is vote locally. Some of y'all we don't want to vote at all, and you have every right to be that way because they give you such shitty choices. And it was like that in 2016 with Hillary and Trump, and Trump came out on top, which was really, like, if anything about Donald Trump is that he definitely made history as a non-politician who became president, and a reality television show star who was and people knew that man wasn't. But the people who actually supported Trump say Trump got a lot of things done. You know, like I'll put the First Step Act over the Blue Lives Alert Act any day. Uh, yeah, and I mean, this is how, like, I don't know. I guess I would say that this picture right here represents the deep state because like it really is like you hear about the deep state. You hear that Trump was really opposed to the deep state. He was fighting the deep state. I mean, like they Pete Trump is being made out to be some folk hero, in his public image, I mean, says otherwise. But with Biden being in place and Harris being in place, not only do you have someone who, okay, you're celebrating. Okay, let's go past him being the author of the crime bill. You're celebrating the author of the crime bill. You've been celebrating all over social media. People have been having barbecues where I'm at because Joe Biden. I mean, this is no exaggeration because Joe Biden's president. Joe Biden, Joseph R. Biden, president. What did why did black people, like, why did my community, why did my group of people, why did we support him so much? Why did we give him the nickname of Uncle Joe? Why do we keep putting Kamala Harris in pictures and memes with black girls and black women who've been through stuff? Why do we keep doing that? Why do we accept who they want us to accept? Yeah, that she did that. She did that, and we absolutely love her for it. Just yeah, and they talk about, okay, if you do want to consider her black, she's going to be a shining example of how black people don't care if black women hook up with white men. It's like, do you think that Barack Obama would have gotten the White House if he had a white wife? No. Yeah, politics. This is so funny to me because it's like, because it's like, but it's like a very reasonable situation to think about. It let's not even put it in the mind of that. It's very possible that with the mental capacity that Joe Biden displays sometimes, that Joe Biden might not make it through his term of presidency. He might be declared unfit, and right there would end up, inserting Kamala Harris as the first woman president, first female president. She should be the first female president, and Nancy Pelosi will be her VP. And honestly, I think that that was the motivation behind a lot of black women. They would say to the tune of 91% voted for Joe Biden. They were willing to overlook everything about that man just to get him in office. I mean, because number one, the 220,000 COVID deaths that they kept blaming on Trump. Why y'all keep blaming that shit on Trump when America didn't react very well to the lockdown? And people kept going places. People kept getting in each other's faces, breathing, saying words with H at the beginning, and that virus spread. That virus spread. We were given the precautions. We were given everything. We were given every tool we needed. We were told to wear masks. We were told to social distance, and a lot of people died, and we blame President Trump for that. So it's whatever. I mean, all I know is I heard that New York, they took some time trying to calm their behaviors down. I'll say that much. And they said New York got pretty bad. I mean, you got people shoulder to shoulder up there constantly, not wanting to give up their busy city lifestyles. But you blame Trump because a bunch of people decided to get out there on their own and do stuff that they weren't supposed to do. So, but I would say where Trump messed up in that was trying to get all these sports team owners to have a plan to reopen. I didn't get the logic behind that, but he wasn't very present. Well, I don't know. People say he got a lot of stuff done. I don't want to repeat. All right. Hey, okay. I know y'all gonna. It's like I'm seeing more and more pictures like this. I think I got something in this little folder right here. Can we please stop this? She doesn't represent this at all. I mean, if you want to say human, oh, she human. We put her in, with a human. Okay, whatever. But she don't deserve to be standing up there with them ladies. No, 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 no. Like Harriet would be trying to get people away from people like Kamala. It's just like okay. It's like this thing that we do called claiming black. It's like we'll claim anybody as a black person that has a little bit of melanin, a little bit of color. Anybody, even the ones that's kind of go out on the beach and get a tan, like Rachel Dolezal and Sean King. We accept them as black. Anybody that we feel like make us look good, puts us in a prominent position, it does something that we don't feel like your average black person can. And really, honestly, it doesn't seem like your average black person can ever be the face of anything black, like Colin Kaepernick. Which I understand. I roll a little bit more with Kaepernick, but still, I mean, it's just like look at Meghan Markle. Like I blame Al Sharpton a lot for Meghan Markle. This is a nail in the coffin of white supremacy in the UK and the royal. I was like, whatever he said. We don't think like, and the whole point of me saying this kind of thing is we don't think that we're good enough for each other. We don't. We don't think that a full black person with two dark people like I ain't too much. I ain't gonna even say dark because there's light skinned blacks, and it is a possibility that you got some other nationality in your blood anyway because of slavery. You could have a white person somewhere in there. But let's keep it real. Let's base this on archetype and look. If Kamala Harris had kinky hair for real, and she let me beautiful dark skinned woman, Lupita Nyong'o. If she looked like Lupita Nyong'o, she wouldn't be in that spot right now. In fact, I got a more realistic example. Stacey Abrams. Stacey Abrams is a hero in the black community for the dubious mail-in ballot count. Oh, we found some more ballots. Now, as a guy that lives in this state, we had a lot of early voting places down here, and y'all talking about mail-in. I remember walking up to a booth the Friday before Election Day, which was unheard of within itself. Early voting. Why didn't they take into account all the people who voted early? Like all of them didn't mail in. Everybody didn't mail in. But hey, you know what? If something happened, I'm sure it'll hit the fan sooner or later. Probably sooner. Trump is probably piping hot about that. I mean, probably is. I mean, a lot of his supporters are. It's like, how you go to sleep on Tuesday? He winning. Wake up on Wednesday, he losing. I was like, well, people go very far to get what they want, especially in the Democratic primary in 2016. I use that as a reference piece, but um, but to speak on the other side of that, there are also a lot of people out there that say Trump just needs to go ahead and pack his bags and get out of there, put on his big boy pants and leave. And the media, like, I bring up Waka Flocka. Waka Flocka said the media had been very disrespectful about Trump getting out of there. So they put like Plas did some bullshit. Like he put like Cube and Lil Wayne and 50 Cent and Waka Flocka and a couple other people in there talking about some tell these coon artists that we ain't gonna buy none of their music anymore. It's like I was with Plas, like I wasn't too much into Plas when he was doing Busted Baby and all that stuff. Like no, I wasn't a Plas fan really at all. when he started doing his social media clips, I was like, damn, this dude is funny. But I can't stand dudes like that. I mean, you're the black person that you have all the smoke. You got all the smoke for black people who make their own decisions and think clearly. But, as far as, go, as far as going after white supremacy, then where you at? Let me see. Let me see. I don't need to make a big image bigger, but, yeah, like I said, what reason do the black men really have to stick with the Democratic Party? I would ask black men out there that, I mean, they hate you. The Democratic Party hates you. Yep, they go, y'all, Jesus Obama. I found that on Google. You can find just about any picture on Google. But, that's one of the reasons why they chose, y'all supported Joe Biden. I mean, and it was all, I'll put it to you like this. People were already sold on Joe because he was Obama's VP. But honestly, that would not have been enough for him to beat Trump. So they had to pick Kamala for his VP running choice, instead of Stacey Abrams. I would have rather had Stacey Abrams if he'd have did something like that. I probably would have actually went for Joe. But, it's just still crime bill. Yeah, that was my thumbnail from the other night. Oh shit, I ain't even got the pictures in there. Yeah, I was gonna do a biscuit, but the pancake thing was already there. But I mean, it's just I've been really on Facebook, just all over the place. It just I know my family they about mad as fuck with me right now because I just been look, this is bullshit. When you're saying that, when you're saying stuff like black people sopping for butter biscuits, you know, by voting, just straight Democrat. I mean, I got a lot of people that I grew up with that vote straight Democrat that's looking at this what are you talking about? It's are you saying that black people um, aren't smart for just voting straight Democrat? I was like, yeah, it's pretty naive to not consider the other choices because it's you're voting for people who don't align with your interests, and you're not researching into it because it's just a label. And what I was saying was, those people have no. If you're just going to give your vote away, they have no reason to give anything to you. So it's like Roland Martin. He said something to the effect of, "Oh, now that the black vote means something, now that we say the Democrats, y'all gonna do some stuff for us." I don't believe at this point we should be begging any politician for anything. They should just be ready to do the right thing. Sit up there, beg, giving them something, but giving them something though. You already gave them what they wanted. You already gave what if you didn't give it, if you didn't give it to them, if Trump ended up back in office, it would have forced the Democrats to take black people more seriously. Yeah, just 20% of black men voted for Trump. That's a hell of a statement for supposedly for a group of people that are just supposed to vote straight Democrat. That's just a sign of a lot of people waking up. And this is feedback I've been getting from people off of the internet. Yeah, I mean, I haven't talked to too many people that that I know that I'm localized to. I'm kind of a social person. I talk to people, pretty much on the outside of my comfort zone. And I ask them certain things. How you feel about Trump being out of there? How you feel about Biden being president? And it's they don't have this look of adulation. Oh my God, I'm so glad. They're really unsure. They look unsure. Some of them even go far as to say, "Man, Trump wasn't that bad." And I mean, I'd be shocked because these be black folks now. So the way it happened on a national level, that a lot of that is media banter. A lot of black people did just automatically vote Democrat, but they're not really taking into account the people that it woke up. And what they're saying about those people is that they're really like people in social media are really grinding into them too. Like that statement Janelle Monae made, like, that stupid statement. Like, yeah, she damn, like, fuck all black men, white women, celebrity, citizen, that American citizen that voted for Donald Trump. So, but I just want my people to just be a little bit smarter than that. So, I mean, all right, guys, let me, 1 second. All right, send some shout outs in the chat. Deshaun, most of our people make decisions based on emotions and not logic. Let me put that up there. Shout out to the Sean's. Uh, most of our people make decisions based on emotion. Yeah, that's correct. Like, and it's a shame because we choose that, and we choose that level of fuckery over having some common sense conversations, and that is something that I've never ever got myself. So let me share this screen. I wanted to show y'all a couple things in my community tab. And what I would say, as always, is support the community tab. That not just myself, but any YouTuber that you're subscribed to that's over 1,000 subscribers. If they're using their community tab, go ahead and check them out. Oh, sorry about that. My laptop dropped off. I didn't plug it in. I thought I plugged it in, but let me go and get back in and show y'all my community tab real quick. So thanks for hanging on with me. Uh, yeah, yeah. Yeah, to be some of us can be so boneheaded sometimes. It happens. Uh, all right. Let me get back on this computer. Yeah, I'm gonna show y'all a couple things in my community tab. What I wanted to show y'all was this clip of this lady that went viral. She was going off on her son for being an voting independent. Um, Also, while my mind is on it, I was listening to a couple of radio shows, Young Jock's radio show, and watching listen no, not watching it, listening to it. Was listening to his radio show the other day, and a young man called in. It was, talking about the election and the craziness, and um, he was saying that he voted for Trump, and he was having problems with his girlfriend. So what happened was, I guess she broke up with him, and I guess Young Jock's female co-host berated the young man, like not so much, saying that, saying bad things about him directly, but since he voted for Trump, she understands um, how she feels, and women have a tendency to only understand the dumb shit that they think, feel, and believe.
So I mean, it was ridiculous. The thing is about Big Tigger, uh, and yeah, Ricky Smiley. Well, my mind is on it. Big Tigger actually had an interview with Joe Biden, and I'm sitting up here like, Ice Cube wanted to talk about a contract with Black America and couldn't get a one-on-one with anyone. Like, well, not really so much one-on-one, but you know, just him and them, and he presented his plan. Um, but Joe Biden, he talks to Cardi B and he talks to Big Tigger. Like, who the fuck is a Big Tigger? Like, I mean, he's a media personality, but for real though, you can talk to Ice Cube about a contract with Black America, specifically for blacks. Uh, but you can talk to Big Tigger. And Kamala Harris, I mean, she's on footage saying that she's not going to do anything specifically for blacks, which is ridiculous. I mean, it's ridiculous. Well, not surprising, and I wouldn't even say ridiculous. It's just that if you're gonna, I thought that you wanted something for your vote, but I was wrong. I mean, I thought that's why y'all were mad at Bernie Sanders. Shout out to Raining Woman. Thanks for watching. Hmm. Let's see. I'm just trying to get my laptop to pull back up. Shit. Yeah. But yeah, just I don't know. I guess we have to make I guess we when we all right, all this stuff is coming back up. Come on now. I guess I like to see a community, I guess, if you want to call it a black community. I like to see a community that, will make smarter, more thought out based decisions. Okay, just bear with me for a moment. Kind of multitask. All right. Uh, boom. Come on. Okay. Okay.
All right, cool. Let's see. All right, let's share the screen real quick. Uh, no, wait a minute. Uh, yeah, laptop rebooting. So let's see. Channel. Turn um, mm, there we go. All right. Like I was saying, I wanted to show my community tab off for a second. To support the community tab, what I do is on my community tab is I promote other YouTubers, and I post like memes and screenshots, and this is kind of show the conditioning of our community. Somewhat. Some of them seem like jokes, but there's like a message behind just about everything I put up. Um, here's one that I didn't get right here. Um, this is There's a tweet. There was a chaplain in Detroit on the Stop the Count protest. He said, "We're not deterred. The black vote in Detroit is higher than it's ever been, and we will determine the outcome because we've gone from picking cotton to picking presidents." Yeah, I was really, really mad at that. I was very angry that I understand that people want to feel important, but why would you pick that out of everything to say? I know it's a big, I know it's a big thing I know it's a big thing to be a part of be a part of history, but that right there, no, that ain't it right there. I mean, I, no, no offense to people listening, but nobody's a slave in this generation. Nobody's been a slave. We got to think about all the stuff. Okay, you could have said something like, "We've gone from being hosed down by cops to picking president. We've gone from not having our right to vote to picking presidents." I mean, I'd have gone along with that. But he said picking cotton to picking. All right. Ugh. Ugh. All right. Let me see. Let me go back. Uh, all right. Let's see. Hmm. Oh, I want to play this. And I say little smug stuff. I said embarrassing. Want to make your black son date out? Do dumb shit like this, SMH. Let me play this video real quick for you. And this is a mother. She's reacting to her son voting independent instead of Democrat. Because, like me, he probably didn't like either one of the options that were being shoved in his face. So let's okay, come on. Video play after the ad. Stop, stop, stop. Yeah, because YouTube was sniped that. Hey. Come on, come on, come on. Yeah, I just had to take it out the ad for a second. Oh, there it is. No, I don't want to sign up for YouTube Premium.
Ain't nobody want. I told you to do Biden. Now we done lost a damn vote. We done lost a vote. That's gonna go to Trump. God damn. I'm worshiping these people like they're God. Ain't nobody worshiping them. But God damn it, Chris, we need somebody in there with sense. He vote independent. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? You know what I said do when you go in there. You go. That's what I did. No, you did. You go in there. This shit funny. I told you. I said go Democrat Biden. Now there's a fucking vote that we done lost that can go to Trump. This is why I don't do politics. I will never do this again. He said he ain't gonna vote again.
I mean, why would he? Why would he after that display? I told you to go in there and vote Biden. What? Yeah, yeah, yeah. See, like, I think I said this earlier. Like, since I'm from a place that has a really racist history and background, that let me get the screen off this. Hopefully I don't get hit with anything. Um, I was always hit with the whole, people die for your right to vote. People, made the sacrifice so you can, use your right. And the thing is with me is when you act like that, then you make it utter hypocrisy and you spoil the experience for your child. Now, he does look 17 or 18, and it looks like it looked like it might be one of his first times voting. But she went in there. I told you to go in there and vote Biden. Now that's one vote that we done lost to Trump, which is, it retrospectfully looking at that now is an overreaction, a drastic overreaction. And even if like even if Biden had ultimately lost, you're still sending a message that he can't do what he want to do with his vote. So I mean, why should anyone? Why should he care at that point? You heard his reaction. He said, "I'm never doing this again, ever, ever." Oh, let's see. Mm, mm, mm. So I mean, what do y'all think? It just I don't know. Here's what I think. Here's what I think. As a people, first of all, we need to just go ahead and stop, because like when we act like that over, especially over the people, uh, they're not very good examples. We tend to look like fools. Like say a year down the road or 2 years down the road, we start having buyer's remorse. Biden makes some dumb decision that cost everyone, but that hasn't happened yet. But if you base it on the past 47 years of of him being in politics, this man hasn't really accomplished anything, and he's done more harm than good. And you got a VP candidate that is right along with him. So why did we really did what was it really worth voting against someone? I don't know. I guess only time will tell. But anyway, I'm gonna end it right here. Just thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching, and thank you for bearing with me through my technical difficulties. As always, is I am glad to be able to bring you such great content, and just holler at me later this week. I will be back on and popping next Friday. It was kind of difficult training for a new job to get on. I know I missed last night. So, I popped up on Rod's show for a little bit, but it was just yesterday was just a really busy, hectic day. So, for those of you, thank those of you who subbed to me, thanks for sticking with me. And, we'll do this again. So, just like, share, subscribe, and Kev, we trust. Goodbye.